towards the end of last year, did a global study of what's going on and what we called the state of pay. A big part of that was open banking. 14 markets around the world, and you've seen the flags, if not the countries that we did the research in. And the big thing for me was just another confirmation that the whole open banking and indeed therefore in many countries the whole open payment thing is just everywhere. If anything, we saw more appetite and more demand in quote unquote developing markets in terms of consumer ambition, desire, and just sheer want to get access to these sorts of services. It all comes down to trust. If a customer trusts the brand with which they're engaging, then we see it's a very easy journey to get people starting to use open banking for a range of services, including payments. Things like transparency, things like putting things right quickly if there's a problem, they all shine through. If people trust the service they're using, they use it, and we see very quick adoption. Things like prepaid top-up type use cases, those concerns don't exist, and we see customers, enthusiastically embracing use of open banking payments for those sorts of methods because it's just net better than the alternatives. What we've seen around the world is just a very substantial move from cash to contactless, and initiatives like increasing the contactless threshold limit and so on. As it's another thing we've seen through the last year, alongside kind of greater adoption of digital. We've seen greater adoption of contactless. I suspect we'll see that change persists. I think cash will still have a role to play for a long time to come in many economies, though, because of that anonymity piece, and people like that component. It'll be interesting to see what happens with fiat digital currencies over time, how that does play out. But I think it's got a fair way to go. We're certainly seeing a lot of interest and demand from a bunch of different merchant categories. I mean, public domain, working with one of the large credit card issuers in the UK, namely Tesco Bank, and they've added open banking payment initiation as a way for their customers to repay their credit card. And that's an example of a use case where the refund thing doesn't matter. Same with, we have some wallet top-up type customers and things like that, where again, that it doesn't matter quite so much. But equally, we see absolutely increasing interest and uptake from various forms of e-com merchants. They want to add another payment functionality, another payment option for their customers, because clearly if the customer wants to pay that way, the merchant wants to be able to support that. Yeah, there are some differences in settlement speed. There are some differences in economics, but actually a lot of the time it's UX. Really good digital experiences. In the end, if the authentication method is, put your thumb on your screen through an app-to-app journey, particularly in the mobile channel, that can be very powerful. I think the refund functionality will certainly help and remove the concern. Back to the trust thing from a customer perspective we were talking about earlier. And it's great to hear the progress that Imran and his team have been making.